Hey, how's it going, guys? Welcome back to another Zenless Zone Zero video. And today I just want to do a quick video about Orpheus. We got some leaks about her kit. Keep in mind that since these are leaks, things are subject to change. Orpheus is going to be a new S rank fire attack character. She is going to be an aftershock character, so she is going to be pretty good if you pair her up with Super Soldier Anby. Orpheus is going to be an off-fielder most of the time. That's basically going to separate her between her and Evelyn. Evelyn is an attacker that needs to be on the field, while Orpheus is an attacker that's going to be off the field, and she also deals aftershock damage. So because Orpheus is really good for aftershock damage, her best team is most likely going to be Sanbi and Trigger, since both of those characters are aftershock characters as well. Orpheus can also buff teammates that do aftershock damage. So if you don't have Super Soldier Zero Anby, I do think Orpheus will be a pretty easy skip. You can also probably pair her up with Soldier 11 as well, with the third party member being Trigger. So if you don't have either an aftershock character, either Super Soldier Anby or Trigger or even Pulchra, I do think Orpheus will be a pretty easy skip for you. However, since this is a gacha game, if you want to pull her. But if you don't have an aftershock character, I think Orpheus will be a pretty easy skip. Orpheus's core passive will increase your crit rate by 20%, and damage dealt by aftershocks will increase by 20% as well. Magus, which is like the name of her tail, which is sentient, will also gain 60 heat at the start of the battle. Heat is a mechanic for Orpheus. With enough heat, she basically fires a hot laser from her tail, which is kind of similar to Trigger's sniping position. She'll basically fire a laser beam off of her tail. If the enemy tries to attack her, she'll automatically parry. So when you swap to another character during this phase, Orpheus will basically be dealing some damage off field. Gameplay is mostly just going to consist of you pressing her X special attack, and then you swap to another character, and Orpheus will do her thing off field whenever you attack. I forgot to mention that this is, I think it's a little poorly translated, so forgive me if it sounds a little awkward. When Magus's initial energy regen exceeds 1.6, for every 0.2 initial energy regen possessed, damage dealt by aftershocks additionally increases by 7%. And her basic attacks, her X special, chain attack, ultimate, her charge, laser shot are all considered aftershocks damage. So her core skill basically increases her own aftershocks damage and also increases her crit rate. Orpheus has an additional skill when she has a stun or support character on the same team. When Orpheus's X special, the charged laser shot, hits an enemy, it will grant the party this entire buff called Focus. When characters have this focus effect, it will increase their damage by their attacks by 20% and will also ignore 20% of the enemy's defense. And when teammates activate aftershocks, will extend their own focus duration by 2 seconds, up to 12 max extensive translation's weird, so up to 12 seconds. So ignoring the enemy's defense is pretty good, and more attack buff is also pretty good. Only aftershock characters will basically have a longer duration of this effect. If you use this on characters that are outside of aftershock damage, they're not going to get the full benefits. So it is best to pair Orpheus with aftershock characters. Otherwise, those other characters are not going to get the full benefit. I also forgot to mention that the leaks mentioned that her ultimate will also grant the focus effect of your party members as well. So as I stated earlier, you're basically just going to be using her X special attack, swap to another character. Orpheus will do her thing off field. She's going to be buffing your aftershock characters. Pop Orpheus's ultimate whenever you need your characters to get the aftershock boost. I do think Orpheus will be a pretty good character for future aftershock characters. I do remember the devs stating that they will add more aftershock characters. Now, as for Orpheus's signature W engine, the base attack is at 713 and energy regen is at 60%, and that is the substat. Crit rate of the equipper will be increased by 20%, 32% when the equipper activates aftershocks. When the equipper is dealing fire damage, it will ignore the enemy's defense by 15 to 24% for 8 seconds. So her W engine is basically catered to Orpheus. It'll ignore the enemy's defense. It'll also give Orpheus some energy regen, which will buff her aftershock damage since her aftershock damage is scaled off of her energy regen. I don't have any information on her Mindscape cinemas. I can't seem to find them at the moment. Anyways, TLDR, Orpheus is basically good for aftershock characters. If you have Super Soldier Anby, she's going to be really good fit for her. If you have Trigger, she's also going to be a pretty good fit for Trigger as well. If you care about Pulchra whatsoever, I do think Orpheus will be a pretty good pickup for Pulchra as well. 2.2 seems kind of iffy at the moment because it seems that Orpheus is the only playable character in 2.2. I think Seed was supposed to be playable in 2.2, but apparently there is like small drama in the CN community regarding Seed. Don't really know too many details, but I think CN players don't really like Seed's design. I don't really know that much. That's just what I heard anyways. Komano Minato is also supposed to show up, but apparently he's not showing up for whatever reason. Apparently we'll get more details about him next week, but I'm not really 100% sure. That's basically about all. Let me know what you guys think about Orpheus. Are you going to be pulling for Orpheus? Since I do treat ZZZ as a waifu collecting game, I will pull for Orpheus. She's very cute. Animations are very cute. Let me know what you guys think, and I will see you guys later.
Bye-bye now. Come again soon.